Alright, back again. So I'm going to be reacting to this video here. Just saw it quite recently. So 4chan just got nuked off the internet. A full breakdown. I think I saw a Tim Pool thumbnail recently that was talking about this, and it kind of stuck out to me because it's like, as far as I understand, 4chan is, I think, the beginning of the deep web, or is it the beginning of the dark web? I think it's the beginning of the deep web, because the dark web, I think you need like the Onion browser or other stuff like that in order to be able to search on it, or search dark web sites. So deep web, but then deep web is also anything that's just like, I think, account based, like restricted by account access, like you have to sign into an account, like, you know, a Facebook account or whatever. But I think 4chan is considered kind of the beginning of getting into like not regular normal web realm, and I think that that's where a lot of like the more conspiratorial stuff happens. I don't know a whole lot about the site. I've only watched like a couple seconds of this video, so viewer discretion is advised and all that stuff. Anyway, we're gonna get into it.
Where were you when 4chan was killed? I was in bed. The infamous hacker known as 4chan may be dead. Yeah, so in a pretty big, shocking news story that not a lot of people are talking about at all, 4chan is down. Taken down by hackers. Hacking infamous hacker 4chan. I wasn't planning to upload a video so soon, but what can I say?
Just when I thought I was out, they pulled me back in.
Now be prepared, folks, because this is a bit of a rabbit hole, my friends. What is going on? Who hacked 4chan? How did all of this happen? Now, for those of you who do not know what is going on, 4chan is an infamous image board website. Been famous for many, many years. You may have heard of them for their funny pranks, like in the Club Penguin days.
So I don't remember anything. I'd never heard about the Club Penguin stuff related to 4chan till now.
There's basically trolling Club Penguin. They also memed the President of the United States, Donald Trump, and largely is blamed for getting Trump elected. Now, regardless of your politics, a lot of us people on the internet remember 4chan very fondly. And of course, 4chan has a very controversial history on the internet, people calling it the cesspool of the internet, the dark side, the evil hackers who haunt women and, I don't know, minorities online.
The FBI says it issued the warning out of an abundance of caution. The post on 4chan uses a profile picture of what appears to be the Grinch in a mask holding a gun.
Needless to say, the impact that 4chan has had
when they don't know about Pepe the Frog, eh?
On internet culture cannot be understated. A lot of people don't understand this, but 4chan is basically an anonymous image board where anybody's allowed to post. And there's different sections, you know, like anime and random, which admittedly was a cesspit, and politically incorrect, probably the most infamous board. You may have heard about it from Capture the Flag with Shia LaBeouf. 4chan basically trolled Shia LaBeouf and kept finding his like anti-Trump flag. It was a whole thing, hilarious story. I'm pretty sure that Internet Historian did a video. Anyways, 4chan is down. 4chan is killed. You see, a rival forum online called Soyjack Party attacked 4chan and got the website taken down. Now, I had never heard about this group before. Soyjack.party is an English-based image board centered around creating and posting soyjacks. It was basically founded in 2020. Now, the origin of this board is very simple. 4chan used to have a questions and answers board. I think it still did until recently, at least according to Leftopedia. I think it was a sort of like meta board where you could go talk about, like, to the mods, about the website, and I guess Q&As. A lot of people were banned from this board because people were posting like a lot of soy jacks, blah, 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 blah. A lot of people got banned and they were mad. So they founded their own website called Soyjack Party. It's basically a very terrible clone of 4chan. It's
And to say that something's a terrible clone of 4chan, what does that mean? Because, like, I don't know a whole lot about the totality of what is posted on 4chan, but I'd say it's a lot more like the edgy stuff. I don't know if there's anything illegal that ever gets posted. Like, I don't know what the moderation is like, if it has moderators, if it's similar to Reddit in that sense, but Reddit probably ain't all that good either. But anyway.
How do I describe it? Sojek Party.
Or at least I'll say not all of Reddit is necessarily all that good. But anyway, moving on.
It's like 4chan and all the cringiest aspects of 4chan, but times 10.
Oh, no. Wow, he's selling it all right.
Unstoppable gives us confidence.
Is that so?
So there's been a lot of bad blood between 4chan and Sojek Party for a very long time because the users who went to Sojek Party basically got banned from the website, banned from the questions and answers board, and created Sojek Party as revenge. I went into this whole rabbit hole about the Soyville lore and the Soypocalypse, which apparently is what the hackers from Sojek Party are calling this hack. Now, how do we know about the hack, and when did the hack happen? Well, thanks to this infamous post, we actually do know roughly around the time that 4chan was hacked.
Dude, if it got hacked because of talking about the Minecraft movie, then that shows you how far things have come. You know what I mean? I don't know if that's what happened. We're going to find out, possibly.
You go here. On Twitter, a user named Arches Neediest Slop Incubator says, 4chan's final thread in all of its glory. And this looks like a reply on the questions and answers board, which I don't know if it was banned or like it was banned in the past, it's come back, I don't know. But it's a picture of Jack Black from the recent Minecraft movie saying, "What the F is going on?" And then the very last post ever posted to 4chan, April 14th, 2025. Chicken jockey. Yes, a forced meme from the Minecraft movie. I'm sure you've seen those viral videos of Zoomers basically trashing theaters over this forced meme.
The current trend is to go to a Minecraft movie, and when you see this scene where Jack Black pronounces chicken jockey, you basically vandalize the theater. Dear Gen Z.
So, the fact that this is happening, so there's so many things going on here. So first of all, trying to analyze the level of meme here. So it's like, it's either cringe or it's like, because you have to understand maybe whether it's intended ironically or not, in the sense that, are they vandalizing the theaters because they are actually hyped about the movie? I don't think that that's the case. Very little stock in that analysis. Or is it because, is it partly because we live in a society that's progressively less serious? Like, people are more and more less serious of people on average. It's like, increasingly, is it fair to say that everything's a joke, everything's a meme, everything's maybe irony or banter? Like, is it fair to say that less and less is just serious anymore, right? And so as a result, is this just kind of as simple as another dumb trend where people are just like, here's an excuse to do something dumb or act out or do something that they think's funny, whatever. The only problem is that whenever all this stuff kind of becomes like a disrespect or act of disrespect towards public property or just being like a nuisance or whatever, like if they were, doing this in some public park, even that might still be considered a nuisance and feeding the animals and stuff. But it's like, at least if they weren't vandalizing private property, and vandalizing might be a bit of a strong word, because if they're just throwing popcorn, it's not necessarily vandalizing. But it's just, if you're being the jerk, you're being the jerk, etc., etc. But is this, because like what is the reason for the meme, right? And I'm maybe being a bit too analytical. Maybe it's just dumb fun. But it's like, out of all the things, you chose like this. And anyway,
hey, can you quit ruining everything for us?
Yeah, so at least a portion of Gen Z is kind of cringe right now. Like, if you're just gonna use a bunch of dumb excuses or whatever to make a mess of things. It's like, remember Vine? Remember those days? I feel like it's like memes were more harmless. And well, there are still bad trends, like the Tide Pod challenge and stuff. But remember when it was just like less bad? Fair to say. Anyway.
But, yeah, that was really, really annoying. This is worse than when there was like the Rick and Morty memes with the Szechuan sauce.
Where's my Szechuan sauce?
Yeah, like that was maybe kind of the beginning of the Was that the beginning? No, it probably wasn't the beginning point, because I mean, people have been probably acting out forever. But I feel like this maybe is emblematic of like internet culture, giving people a platform for acting out and potentially being a jerk at the same time, you know, for the views and stuff.
I take a rig! Look what happened because of what you did, what it led to.
A man has fallen into the river in Lego City.
You're laughing. You're laughing.
No.
Don't trash your theater, folks. I think this
He left out the hey.
goes without saying. But yes, the hack happened at roughly April 14th, 2025, at around 10 p.m., if I'm reading this correctly. So around midnight, this hack happened. What do we know about the hack? Who was affected? Have users' personal information been leaked? Because I'm sure that's what you're wondering. That's what a lot of people are wondering. Okay, so I was able to confirm, basically based on reports from the Sojak Party people and different moderators online. These are the details of the hack. Okay, a splinter site from 4chan called Sojak Party, this we know, was hacked via a method that wasn't social engineered. So basically, all of the staff moderators, administrators, the janitors, emails, all of that has been leaked. And they're being doxxed basically right now. You go on Twitter, you go online, and they are leaking all of this information. A user on Zapit, Blue Sky Social, says 4chan was hacked, its source code was leaked, admin emails were leaked, and a lot of registered users had their real names and .edu email addresses. A lot of chuds getting exposed to sunlight today. Now, I just want to go on record and say that Blue Sky is cringe, right? It's basically Twitter, but for people who don't believe in the age of consent, a lot of nasty people are on that site, right? But I do want to say this. We've actually found out a lot of very interesting information because of this hack. For example, a lot of the emails that have been leaked are .gov and .edu emails. Now, if you know a little...
Dude, is this getting interesting? So, before he says anything else, I'm just gonna go off for a second here. We'll get a little conspiratorial. Is it possible that a lot of the people on here are feds trying to foment bad actions and trying to rouse up some bad actors, or cause, like, foment a rebellion or whatever the proper word is, you know, like trying to cause things to happen or whatever? Is it possible? It's not necessarily what's happening, but is it possible that that could be something that may or may not be happening? You know, just a theory.
A little bit about 4chan.
Or an assumption, maybe.
4chan history, and you're a bit of a internet guy like me. You know why that's hilarious? For years, people have said, like, you know, the government agents and the glowies are going on 4chan and they're pushing propaganda.
But that's true.
Leave no sale behind with the world's
Quite the
best
time for
converting
an ad.
checkout from Shopify.
Oh, dude.
Say goodbye to abandoned carts and hello to cha-chings.
That's like 100%. Everything you said was true.
They're pushing this government nonsense. They're shutting people up. They're correcting the record. And for years, those people were called conspiracy theorists. Amongst lots of the information that was leaked, one of the biggest revelations was that the #1 poster on 4chan, overall, like the
Here we go.
#1 country that was making posts to 4chan, it is everybody's favorite greatest ally, Israel. I'm not gonna get into a debate.
Is it almost double? Is that almost double the other post from the US?
About whether you think that this is political or nefarious. I just find it really funny that for
Worth
years
noting?
people said, you know, a lot of these posts they seem to have an agenda. I bet that you work for the Israeli agents. Lo and behold,
Mossad, is
they
it?
are the
Mossad,
country
what
with
it's
the
called?
most posts on 4chan. Like, kind of like period, but especially on politically incorrect, which is the political board on 4chan. So yeah, a lot of people from Israel, a lot of .edus, a lot of .govs, we're working as administrators, we're working as moderators on 4chan. Who would have thunk it? But yeah, so currently 4chan is basically under lockdown. You can't actually go to any of the boards. This was done in an effort to save the website. Now, getting back to the details on the hack.
Is that actually why it was done? Or are they, like, trying to cover tracks, like, I'm just kind of making guesses here.
Because I'm going to explain to you how this hack actually happened. And keep in mind, I'm not a tech expert, so
Neither am I.
this is my
I just know a couple things about tech, but what even is an expert anyway?
layman's understanding of it. But it should be able to answer your questions of whether, oh no, I used 4chan like yesterday. Am I going to get my data doxed? Am I screwed? Or you bought a 4chan pass or something? This section of the video is specifically for you. Reminder to subscribe to this channel, by the way. I actually there's a lot to talk about these days. Subscribe to Mr. Obvious. Anyways, okay. The person who did this hack was able to do so
Just wanted to show the actual channel name there or whatever, but because he was saying to subscribe. It's up to you if you want to subscribe to him or not.
because basically when the current owner of 4chan, who 4chan lovingly refers to as Hiroshi-Moot, bought the website, is a Japanese, like, wealthy businessman from Moot, the former owner of the website. It was running on, like, technology from, like, 2012. Long story short, basically, if you bought a 4chan pass or you were just browsing the website, even posting, you're probably okay. According to the hackers, no personal information of anybody who bought a 4chan pass or posted on the website is going to be shared, including IP addresses. It mostly seems to be moderators and janitors who are having their information leaked. As for the hack itself, it basically was not an SQL injection. It was basically exploited using PDF files. So essentially the hackers uploaded PDFs, which weren't actually PDFs. They were PostScript files containing commands that created Ghost script, and the Ghost script basically was very easy to exploit. Because again, it's technology from 2012. I believe this is similar to, like, if you download a movie, for example, or a song, right? Let's say you want to get the latest song, Madonna's greatest hits. If you're not careful, you might end up getting a file that says, like, Madonna song .exe, which is basically an executable file. For the old school people, that's basically installing a virus.
Can you share your Python code? Where you?
An executable file runs when you click on it and stuff, and basically installs a virus on your machine. They were able to put a virus script code inside of a PDF file. And for Zoomers out there, a PDF is it's like a book, but digital. It's a digital file with words in it.
Zoomers should know what this is. It's like, are we so, like, phone brain that we don't pay attention to, like, what PDFs are? Like, are we so used to everything being in an online format, like Google Drive, Google Docs, whatever, that we're not used to, like, what a physical PDF file is? Like, shouldn't people know what this is? Anyway.
Kind of like a document, and they were able to put the code in that PDF file. When they uploaded it to 4chan, 4chan did not check if it was actually a PDF file. It basically ran that executable and installed the virus into 4chan. And this gave them root level access, basically directly into the system. So now basically 4chan is screwed, as far as I understand it. And even if it's not, even if they can save the website, they're going to have to update this code. Because again, this is running on, like, technology from 2012, and it's never been fixed. And now that people know about it, basically anybody can hack 4chan. So 4chan is kill. It may not come back. And honestly, I kind of find it a little bit sad. But there you have it, folks. That's pretty much a story. I don't even know why I'm making this video. Like, it's a very awkward time. It's basically midnight where I am, and no one is going to see this, but please like the video, subscribe to the channel, hit the like button, leave a comment, and share this video with anybody who's curious about what's going on with 4chan. This is really a big deal because fundamentally, and I'll give you my conclusions, like what's going to happen because of this hack. Well, the reason I brought up federal agents earlier is because I actually think the people from Sojek Party kind of messed up. You didn't just hack 4chan, you messed with the operations of major countries. Now, whether that's the IDF or the CIA, these are major organizations.
But how do you know that, like, people from Sojek Party or whatever it's called aren't also feds? Like, how do we know who's a fed and who's not a fed? I don't know for certain if they're feds or not, but, like, is it possible? And I think I kind of missed the part in the middle there where it's like the hackers were from Sojek Party, ? Were they? I might have missed that part, but anyway.
And if you think that there's going to be like zero retaliation for this hacking, which is a felony, doxing is a felony, like all of these things are crimes, make no mistake. I think that the hackers are sorely mistaken. You can't really attack a website as important and as culturally relevant as 4chan and expect zero repercussions, even if it's not the government, even if it's just actual hackers from 4chan who are going to say, you mess with us, we're going to mess with you. So
So I'm predicting a counter hack into maybe whoever hacked them. Well, I don't know about a counter hack into whoever hacked them, but like, would it be surprising if you find out that Soyjack Party or whatever that website's called also gets hacked to reveal or to try to find who hacked them? And then is it just feds versus feds, or what's going on? Is this whole thing a psyop? I don't know. Who does know? I don't know exactly what's going on here.
people are calling this the Soypocalypse, saying it's going to be a huge meme war. I don't really know what's going to happen, but
the future Battlefield would be fought with memes.
I do expect that this fallout isn't going to end overnight, and it's kind of a big deal. But that's all for now, folks. I am really tired. Shouldn't even be up. But there you have it. Have a good one.
Maybe the future wars will be fought with memes to some degree. If you consider, well, it already kind of is if you consider information war as part of kinetic warfare, like physical warfare, and information being a part of that, and memes do portray information to varying degrees. So anyway.
I'll see you all next time.
Nice. I found a tax expert on Fiverr to hit.
The ad. Anyway, the ad. So, what'd y'all think of that? 4chan, at the very least, like, I'm wary of it in the sense because I don't know enough about what kind of stuff appears on there. As long as there's nothing that's blatantly illegal on there, as long as it's just people just doing stuff that is legal, and if they're just kind of posting edgy memes or saying edgy stuff, it's like, it's just like freedom of speech, right? As long as it's nothing illegal. But regardless, it's like 4chan is culturally relevant to a certain extent, and so to see it just kind of go away, would that be a good or bad thing? Some people probably would argue yes, especially people that are more in like the elite class in the West, and like, you know, leftist inherently would probably see it 4chan going away as a good thing. But regardless, in terms of just whatever vectors we have to get information out about things that are important or that matter, like wherever you can go to just get the truth out, because it seems like 4chan might be one of the places where 4chan might just be one of the places where you could just say something without getting banned, to the extent of trying to talk about a certain topic that's taboo or expose something. Like there's certain, you know, countries, places, or people that you might not allowed to might not be allowed to talk about in certain contexts, and so as a result they would go to places like 4chan. Now, just because people say things doesn't make it true or productive, but regardless, people say things. If you have no place where people can discuss taboo topics, like, again, it matters what the topic is and how you discuss it, because there's right and wrong and good and bad ways of doing things, right? But like, if you only ever have like tone policed like Facebook social media, then like, if people can't talk about concerns that are considered taboo, like whether it's like mass migration or whatever, if people can't just discuss things and have a debate about stuff like ethically, then isn't that going to just create more future problems? I saw this comment, and what is it? If 4chan is the cesspool, then Reddit is the septic tank. Because is Reddit much better? Reddit might just be slightly more policed. I don't know if that's true or not, but you probably see a lot more leftist stuff on Reddit, but I don't know about always. But anyway, so thanks for watching. We'll see you around. Or, yeah, whatever. See you later.